Human beings have always been fascinated by the idea of eternal life, and throughout history, many famous figures have searched for ways to achieve it. From emperors to alchemists, explorers to mystics, the quest for immortality has captivated the imaginations of people across cultures and time periods. In this video essay, we'll take a closer look at some of the most intriguing historical figures who sought eternal life and examine the methods they used to try to achieve it. We'll explore their motivations, their successes and failures, and the lasting impact of their quests. Join us as we delve into the fascinating world of immortality seekers and discover the secrets they pursued in their pursuit of eternal life. Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China, is perhaps one of the most famous historical figures who sought eternal life. He believed that his power and legacy should extend beyond his physical death, and so he sought out the fabled elixir of life that he believed could grant him immortality. One of the ways in which Qin Shi Huang sought eternal life was by sending out expeditions in search of the Isles of the Immortals, mythical islands said to exist somewhere in the Eastern Sea. According to legend, these islands were inhabited by immortals who possessed the secret of eternal life. Qin Shi Huang believed that if he could find the isles and learn their secrets, he too could become immortal. Another method that Qin Shi Huang used to achieve immortality was through his extensive tomb complex, which is now famously known as the Terracotta Army. The tomb is said to contain a vast underground palace filled with treasures, and an army of life-sized terracotta warriors that were created to protect the emperor in the afterlife. Qin Shi Huang believed that the tomb would help to ensure his immortality and his legacy as a great ruler. Despite his efforts, Qin Shi Huang was unable to achieve eternal life, and he died in 210 BC. Nevertheless, his legacy endures to this day, and the Terracotta Army is considered one of the most remarkable archaeological discoveries in history. The story of Qin Shi Huang's search for immortality is a testament to the enduring human fascination with the idea of living forever, and to the lengths that some people will go to achieve it. Alexander the Great, the legendary king of Macedonia, is another historical figure who has been associated with the quest for eternal life. It is said that during his campaigns in India, he became fascinated with the idea of the Fountain of Youth, a legendary spring that was said to restore youth and vitality to those who drank from it. According to some accounts, Alexander even sent an expedition to search for the Fountain of Youth, but the mission was ultimately unsuccessful. Nevertheless, he remained obsessed with the idea of eternal youth and immortality, and he is said to have consulted with mystics and alchemists in his quest for eternal life. One of the ways in which Alexander sought to achieve immortality was through his military conquests and his establishment of a vast empire. He believed that by conquering much of the known world and establishing himself as a great ruler, he could ensure that his name would be remembered for all time. He also founded several cities that he named after himself, including Alexandria in Egypt, which became a center of learning and scholarship in the ancient world. Despite his many accomplishments, Alexander died at a young age of just 32, possibly due to illness or poisoning. Nevertheless, his legacy endures to this day, and he is still widely regarded as one of the greatest military leaders in history. The story of Alexander's quest for eternal life is a testament to the human desire for immortality and the lengths that some people will go to achieve it, even at the cost of their own lives. The search for eternal life was a central focus of many alchemists throughout history. Alchemy was a medieval and early modern philosophical and proto-scientific practice that aimed to transform base metals into gold and discover the elixir of life, a substance that was believed to grant eternal youth and immortality. Alchemists believed that the elixir of life could be created through a process of purification and transformation, in which base metals were transmuted into a pure, incorruptible substance that could grant eternal life. This substance was often referred to as the Philosopher's Stone, and many alchemists believed that its creation was not just possible, but necessary for the survival of humanity. Throughout the Middle Ages and Renaissance, alchemists experimented with a wide range of substances and techniques in their quest for eternal life. They explored everything from herbal remedies and mineral compounds to complex chemical processes and mysticism. Some even claim to have achieved the philosopher's stone and the elixir of life, although their claims were often met with skepticism and criticism. Despite their lack of success in achieving eternal life, the legacy of alchemy endures to this day. Many of the techniques and practices developed by alchemists laid the foundation for modern chemistry, and their pursuit of the philosopher's stone and the elixir of life continues to capture the imagination of people around the world. The story of the alchemist's quest for eternal life is a testament to the human desire for immortality and the enduring human fascination with the mysteries of the universe. Juan Ponce de León was a Spanish explorer and conquistador who is primarily known for his quest for the mythical Fountain of Youth. According to legend, the fountain was said to have restorative powers, granting eternal youth to anyone who drank from its waters. Ponce de León's pursuit of the Fountain of Youth took him to Florida, which he named La Florida in honor of the lush vegetation he encountered there. While he never found the fountain, his explorations of the region led to the establishment of the first European settlement in the continental United States. Ponce de León's reputation as a daring explorer and his quest for eternal youth have made him a fascinating and enigmatic historical figure. Some have portrayed him as a quixotic dreamer, searching for a mythical cure to the inevitability of aging and death. Others have praised him as a visionary explorer, willing to risk everything in pursuit of knowledge and adventure. Despite the myths and legends that have grown up around his name, Ponce de León's legacy remains as a key figure in the history of Spanish exploration and colonization in the Americas. His exploration of Florida paved the way for further European settlement and helped to shape the course of American history. The pharaohs of ancient Egypt were believed to be divine rulers, descended from the gods and endowed with the power to control the forces of nature and the destiny of their people. They were considered to be not only political leaders, but also religious figures who mediated between the gods and mortals. Pharaohs were regarded as living gods, and their bodies were mummified and entombed in grand tombs filled with treasures and artifacts to help them on their journey into the afterlife. The most famous of these tombs is the Great Pyramid of Giza, built as a monument to the pharaoh Khufu, and containing numerous chambers and passages filled with treasures and hieroglyphic inscriptions. The pharaohs of Egypt were also known for their grand construction projects, including temples, palaces, and public works, such as the pyramids and sphinxes. They were responsible for the development of a complex system of hieroglyphic writing, as well as advances in mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. Despite their divine status, the pharaohs of Egypt were not invincible, and many were overthrown or deposed throughout the course of Egyptian history. Their reigns were often marked by political intrigue, military conflict, and struggles for power among the ruling elite. Today, the legacy of the pharaohs lives on in the monuments and artifacts they left behind, as well as in the enduring fascination and mystery that surrounds their lives and reigns. The pharaohs of ancient Egypt remain some of the most enigmatic and fascinating figures in world history, whose stories continue to capture the imagination of people around the world. The quest for eternal life has captivated and inspired humanity for millennia, driving some of the most significant historical figures to seek out ways to cheat death and gain immortality. From the pharaohs of ancient Egypt to the alchemists of the Middle Ages, from Alexander the Great to Ponce de León to Qin Shi Huang, each of these individuals pursued their dream of immortality in their own unique way. While their quests may have been ultimately unsuccessful, the legacy of their pursuits has left an indelible mark on history and on the human imagination. These individuals remind us of the human desire to understand the mysteries of life and death, and to overcome the limitations of mortality. Perhaps it is the very fact that death is inevitable that makes the pursuit of eternal life so alluring. After all, to live forever would mean never having to say goodbye to loved ones, never having to face the unknown of the afterlife, and never having to confront our own mortality. But as we continue to grapple with the mysteries of existence, we are reminded that the search for immortality is not just about extending our own lives, but about finding meaning and purpose in the time we have. In the end, it is not the length of our lives that matters, but how we choose to live them.